Back at the inn after lunch, some of the instructors were taking a rest, and as usual, there were a few ski stories in the air. Some of the local people were curious about the area called Garibaldi's Whistler Mountain and asked Dag what it had to offer. And to get to Whistler Mountain, you pass through cosmopolitan Vancouver, British Columbia, one of Canada's most beautiful cities. That's the paradox of Whistler, a giant and spectacular mountain, yet only 70 miles from Vancouver. And driving northward, you find yourself skirting the Pacific Ocean for some 30 miles of rugged coastline until you reach the small town of Squamish. At Squamish, the road turns eastward towards the impressive Garibaldi Mountains. You'll soon arrive at Whistler Mountain parking lot and be directed by a parking attendant, Western style. Immediately, you'll see the many buildings that have sprung up in Whistler Mountain's short history: hotels, lodges, and condominiums. But the real surprise comes when you start up the mountain. First, you're carried by an enclosed gondola some 2,100 vertical feet in just 13 minutes. And once atop the gondola lift, you'll transfer to one of the 3 big chairlifts, then up another 1,800 vertical feet. And at the top of the chair is a big building called the Roundhouse. The Roundhouse is a good meeting spot, as it's the center of the upper lift system. Some of the professional patrolmen were taking a lunch break. Whistler seems to be a mecca for young skiers from all across the nation who are looking for a good place to work and still get in a real winter of skiing. From the Roundhouse, you can look east to Overlord Glacier, or north to Whistler Peak and the T-Bar Slope. And to the northeast, you'll see the Big Back Bowls. From the Roundhouse, there's still another lift to ascend, the T-Bar. Once atop the T-Bar, there are 4,280 vertical feet between you and the lower gondola terminal. And that's about as much vertical drop as any ski resort in the world. Let's take a run now down to the red chair. There's a frequent sight at Whistler, a helicopter landing to pick up some adventurous skiers. Whistler Mountain is one of the few resorts that offer helicopter skiing on a regular basis, back into the fantastic glacier country. Glacier runs of 6 miles in length are a few minutes away via helicopter. And as you pass over Mount Whistler, you can see below the size of this giant area. That's the thing about Whistler. It's hard to get an idea of the real size of the mountain except from the air. And not far away is the Black Tusk, just waiting to be skied. Imagine the thrill of putting your tracks on a slope like that. But powder snow isn't confined to the backcountry. Whistler Mountain itself gets its share. The average snow depth in April is 8 to 15 feet of snow. And that helps explains the long season that begins in October and doesn't end until July. Let's take a run in that famous Whistler Mountain powder snow. So this is Garibaldi's fantastic Whistler Mountain, a real mountain with more skiing than any other mountain in Canada. Put it and Sunshine Village on your list of places to ski very soon. And the easy way to reach either resort is to fly the great Canadian airline, Canadian Pacific Airlines, which flies regularly to Calgary, Alberta, the gateway to Sunshine Village, or to Vancouver, British Columbia, the gateway to Garibaldi's Whistler Mountain. And we'll be seeing you there.